We are fortunate today to have a volunteer attorney here to speak with us about his experiences in the pro bono program.
Hi, I'm Ben Fernandez and I'm a volunteer attorney with ProboPat, Colorado.
So why did you decide to volunteer for a patent pro bono program?
I decided to volunteer for ProboPat, Colorado because I had been involved in some pro bono activities before, and that was mainly working with asylum applicants in an immigration process. And I realized that there are not many avenues for patent attorneys to pursue pro bono endeavors. So I actually co-founded the program in Colorado along with some colleagues who formed a steering committee, and we ended up creating opportunities for patent attorneys to help low-income inventors. Patent attorneys, unfortunately, are very good at one thing, and they hesitate sometimes to get involved in other pro bono activities. So this was the perfect opportunity for people who are patent attorneys and would like to meet their pro bono commitments.
How'd you learn about joining the program?
Well, for Colorado, there's a website at the Mikasa Resource Center as well as the IP section of the Colorado Bar Association. They have links where you can fill out a one-page volunteer interest form, submit it, and then as a case becomes available, they email you and you check conflicts and you determine if this is a potential good fit. And there are also resources available from the Federal Circuit Bar Association to connect people with the programs in each state. Every state has a different program.
So what does a volunteer attorney do when they get matched with an inventor in the program?
Step one for me in taking a new case was getting an email with the name of the applicant and a brief description about the title of the invention, kind of a one-sentence description. That allowed me to check conflicts at my firm like I would for any other potential client, and that allowed me to decide whether I was interested in meeting with the applicant. So at that point in the process, I did a normal conflicts check. I replied to the administrator at ProboPat and accepted, and at that point, ProboPat matched me with the applicant. Once the matching occurs, I had a meeting with the applicant and sat down with them in my office and talked about the potential representation, and we decided to move forward with an engagement letter. ProboPat provided a form engagement letter and also allows people to use their own firm's pro bono engagement letters. So that's how we got the process started in my case.
So you're not required to take a pro bono case?
Volunteers in Colorado are not required to take any particular case. Once you sign up as a volunteer, you go onto the volunteer roster, and as cases become available, you get an email with the name of the applicant and the conflicts information. When I've done this, I check conflicts as I would for any other client, and at that point I notify ProboPat of my interest in the case. ProboPat then sends an email to myself and also the applicant inventor, and then we arrange a meeting. And at that point in the process, it's up to me and the inventor to meet and decide if an engagement would be the right fit for both of us. However, every program is different in each state, and so it's important to check with each state's pro bono program to determine what the requirements are for volunteering as well as the process for matching with applicants.
How do you handle the confidentiality between the client and attorney?
A lot of applicants and inventors ask about confidentiality. I've actually had some people ask me to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and I always assure them when you're meeting with a volunteer attorney, that's really not necessary. I explain to them the professional duties that we have in representing clients and in meeting with potential clients, and that usually gives them a certain level of comfort. So the short answer is that confidentiality is handled with the pro bono patent program just as it would be with any other client that I'm representing or that I'm considering representing. Confidentiality is very important to us as volunteer attorneys, and we take steps to not only protect the applicants from potential disclosures, but we also treat it with the same level of professional care as our paying clients.
How much time do you usually spend on a pro bono case?
So the amount of time that a volunteer patent attorney spends on a pro bono patent case varies, just as it would for our other cases. But generally, I spend the same amount of time drafting a patent application or a provisional patent application that I would spend for a non-pro bono client.
So overall, what has your experience been with the pro bono program?
So my overall experience volunteering for the pro bono patent program has been overwhelmingly positive. It's been something that's been fun for me to do. It's been something that has been very rewarding. I think the applicants have been very thankful, very appreciative, very deferential, and very easy to work with. As a volunteer in the pro bono patent program, I've seen a wide range of technologies that the applicants have sought to protect. It allows the volunteers to kind of branch out a little bit and maybe work on a type of technology or a type of application that they might not see in their normal practice. For example, we have some volunteers who are biotech life sciences people, and they might be helping someone with a new device that accomplishes a household task, for example. So it allows people to branch out. The program is also great for allowing volunteers to work together. So you might have a more experienced professional working with a less experienced patent attorney, and both of them get to work together and kind of learn about the process together, and it can be a great mentoring tool in that way.
Would you recommend this pro bono program to all attorneys?
I would highly recommend this pro bono patent program to other volunteers. It's difficult as a patent attorney to find pro bono opportunities. I know in my state we're encouraged to spend at least 50 hours a year on pro bono programs, and it's difficult for patent attorneys to find pro bono work in the IP area. It does exist, but it's hard to find, and so this is a great opportunity to get some pro bono exposure in the area where you're already somewhat comfortable. You feel like you kind of know what you're doing. This is not to take away from other pro bono endeavors that focus on human rights issues and other more traditional pro bono issues. But on the other hand, pro bono patent programs provide a great way for people who are not doing much pro bono work to get involved in a way that they're comfortable with.
Thank you so much for your time and the great work you're doing.